So, welcome everyone. And in this video, I'll be covering the weekly recap for last week. Last week was actually a pretty amazing week, and we got lots and lots of trades. If you follow the weekly outlook for last week, you could see how price actually added up to respect a lot of our POIs very perfectly. So, in this recap video, I'll be covering out all the key trades from the weekly outlook and how everything played out and how I caught them. I wouldn't actually be stressing myself much on making this video too long because I'm tend to notice that a lot of people haven't been following it up, and this is actually one of the most important videos for each and every one of us, because it actually helps you to strengthen what you've backtested, or even if you're here to backtest. So it's actually something that helps you out to start the week strong and to also get some kind of information. So I'm actually going to drop a poll on the Telegram channel, either to deciding to completely stop the recap videos and just focus more on the weekly outlook, and probably subsequently I might even cancel that completely depending on how we see turnout and everything. So I wouldn't be wasting much time on this. I'll just discuss this as a template towards how last week's weekly outlook played out. So as you can see on your screen, you could see the weekly outlook for last week, and you could see how price actually respected it perfectly. Remember what I said from the weekly outlook: if we got a close that price closed below 40.31 levels and all, price would most likely sell off back to 4k. But if it doesn't do that, most likely we keep on pushing up, holding up the 40.50, 40.41 levels, and use it as a way to push up higher. And you could see that's exactly what happened. The first opportunity took place during the Asian session, whereby around 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. UTC, price tapped into our discount level. Exactly what I said here. Price was yet to tap into the discount level, whereby price, you can see the break of structure right here. This guy was just engineered liquidity, just inducements to pull price down lower, and it actually happened beautifully. Gave beautiful sales back down, and after that tapped back down into the discount level. Our break of structure is here, and we got more confirmation. Can you see what happened here? Price tapping this level to use it as a way to sell down lower, but then next thing, break of structure, our entry right here. And this happened actually during early London session at London Open. Tapped it and bought up beautifully. The same thing happened late NY, and we still got more entries during NY too, that gave a lot of opportunities that you could actually use to milk Monday perfectly. I've actually caught some beautiful trades on both the VIP and the community channel, but I think mostly on the VIP channel. It was actually a beautiful run. So after that happened now, usually I've said this multiple times here, if you have a breakout out of a trend line, most likely now the target would be the other end of the trend line, and that's actually why I was targeting this point here. If you've been following us, you would know this. That's actually why I targeted this point here, and multiple times now I also marked out 50% of the week from the weekly time frame, whereby the week is sitting at, this is where the week is sitting at, somewhere here, 4168. That is where it was sitting at. So I had two major targets aside 4211, but those were the two major targets that I was actually eyeing. And you could see what happened with Tuesday. Price actually smashed that during the Asian, it smashed that early Wednesday Asian session, smashed that, and it was actually a beautiful one. So you could see what happened on Monday. Now Monday led us off with lots of opportunities. Sorry, having some network troubles here. So Monday led us off with lots of opportunities that smashed TP during the Asian session, but then tend to notice what happened here. After we got with the market open now on Tuesday, we saw this break of structure right here. Because structure, I think price even tapped into the discount level here. Yeah, price tapped into the discount level, pushed up higher. Then towards early London Open, we saw what happened here. If now you are looking for a buy confirmation from what we can see here now, what you do is you tend to hold off after this break of structure. Price will most likely hold this higher, so it's push up higher, and price actually came back into it, held it, started to push. Then we saw a full body close and to give us a break below this low, which is indicating a change of character actually. So after that happened now, where would you target as your way to enter this trade? you target 50% off, or let's just say the premium level. You target the premium level of the Fibonacci and take the premium level as your entry, or you could actually use failure swings or CISD depending on which kind of entry model you tend to use, or which type of trader or which type of strategy you trade. But you could see it all here. They were all here. The brick car was here. And when you pick this sell trade now, the next thing on your mind will be where your targets will be at. So about the targets now, let's go up to 1 hour time frame. When we come back up to 1 hour time frame and we come back a little bit, we zoom in closer here, you tend to notice that there was this level that was holding price down, this resistance level that we got a full break above it. When we come back down, let's go to 30 minutes. Sorry, the level is actually on 30 minutes, not 1 hour. We had an inversion on 30 minutes. We had this inversion leverage sitting here on 30 minutes, and I didn't mark it out, but this is where the inversion level is, and I used this line tool to actually mark that level out. And if we even, let's go up to 1 hour. On 1 hour we had an average sitting at that level. This is the average sitting at that level, so that's like double confirmation towards where we could target with our sales. And you could see what happened when those sales peaked early London. Price actually sold off aggressively, and even gave another re-entry, because you could see the confirmation here, break of structure, re-entry, price coming back and smashing our TP. So after price smashed the TP, remember this level was already a bullish level and price was quite bullish. So this particular entry model, I've covered it a lot. Price coming back to some points whereby it was meant to respect previously, that it didn't do it, or so, but it won't close below the low, so it will wick it out and then reclaim that level. And you could see what happened here. That was how I came about this entry here. So a lot of manipulation happened here, because you could see the sell-off come back, break of structure showing us as though price wants to continue pushing higher, but due to the failure of closing above this high, now price still pushed back down, and we saw another pushback up that took out this high, gave us a very nice change of character, came back to our discount level. Because if I use the flip tool here, from this low up here, you could see that's this discount level, and picked it up and pushed up to hit our second target for the week, which was actually one of our major targets. And after that happened early Wednesday, we saw price coming back down to this particular level. This was a resistance level. Due to everything that was happening here, this was a resistance level. So at the point that price actually gave a full body close above that level, it has flipped resistance to support. And we know that concept, flipping support to resistance and resistance to support. That's exactly what happened right here. So after that, early London session, we had another bullish entry at this point. Whereby very similar concept to the last trade that happened at this point, sweeping this level, failure to close below it, reclaiming the buy levels and pushing up higher. This is actually a very easy one. You could easily target Asia high here, and you see that TP was smashed. Initially the price went as close as smashing TP, but we got another pull back to this level whereby we have this FVG. Let's go up to 15 minutes. I think the FVG is on 15 minutes. Coming back to 15 minutes, where's our FVG? Where is our FVG? Let's go up to 30 minutes. I think the FVG is on 30 minutes. Yes, we have this inversion on 30 minutes. I think there's another level. That we had this FVG. So okay, it's definitely not 1 hour and it's not 5 minutes. So but that is it right there. We already saw the inversion at that point, and price held up with that inversion. So let me switch this back up to 15 minutes. Can you see? This is it right here. So price held up with that trade, with the tap back down into the discount level, and still smashed TP at taking out Asia's high. So after we took out Asia's high, we saw an aggressive fallback. Giving us break of structure here. Easy run. After that break of structure, now we are sure that this is our break of structure at this point. Next thing you do is you mark your flip tool. the flip tool is very important in marking out the discount and premium levels. And you could see market at premium levels, you can see an FVG sitting at that level right there. You could easily take the midpoint of the FVG or the start of the FVG, and we got a beautiful run back down to this particular level that was ignored initially. Why did I say this level was ignored? After the whole break of structure here, price failed to tap into the discount before it pushed up. Can you see? That's another importance of knowing your premium and discount levels before taking your trades, because you could probably avoid being used as liquidity by doing that alone. So you could see how we got these targets. I called this trade to on the VIP channel. It was actually a beautiful run for NY and delivered properly. So we actually closed the trade that day with this particular trade, and it was actually a beautiful one. So after that happened, now tend to notice what happened. This is the switch back down that give about these sales. It actually flipped this particular level to be a resistance level, and I think I dropped a message on the community channel that day that if price fails to close above this 41.68 level, price is definitely going to fall back down. And you could see what happened. Price actually ceased closing above it, and another break of structure. After that, sold off down Asian session on Thursday. And after that happened, I think the first trade I dropped on Thursday was actually a sell trade. But when price kept on giving this reaction right here, it was reason to sell off from the point that we had this break of structure here. The flip of this support level here actually closed out on the trade, but whenever I closed out, price sold off. But then one of the key importance or the key things that happened on Thursday was you tend to notice that when price fell back down here, it still held up and gave bullish confirmation, which you can see here. So even if you were taking these sales coming back down to this point now, you should know that you should have taken most part of your partials already and placed your SL on B. And that's exactly what happened. When price came back down into where we had this break of structure, we had this FVG here, price actually held it up, and I actually called another buy here because after closing the sales we in loss, so I actually switched for a buy. But then due to the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday, there was no impact, like price did not actually push during NY, and that's what we saw happen here. So I actually held that trade down early Friday Asian session, whereby I woke up to see that price actually smashed TP on the trade. So it was actually a very beautiful one. But then during that same Asian session, there was a massive sell-off, and there was also an issue that day. I think an issue with CMA or so, whereby we had lots of weeks up and down. So avoiding that particular moves that were happening here, you could easily wait for NY or wait for late London session, and you could see what happened late London session. After the whole fall, the price kept on falling. Already we know that this level is a discount level, because if you go up to 30 minutes, we tend to see the whole bullish break of structure and the whole close above this particular level of resistance. What you tend to expect on a usual day is the fact that price will actually come back down here. Let me mark this out. Price will come back down here, and any buy that you get from this point will be a very strong and solid buy, because it's actually an inverse head and shoulder now, or the inversion of a head and shoulder kind of trade. And you could see what happened here. Let's go down to 5 minutes. Let's say you mark that level out already and you're looking for confirmation. So initially this first tap now was a very strong confirmation, but price actually took out most buyers at this point. Then after it came back here, you could see this high, then it tapped back to this low, then we saw a break of structure at this point. You could easily mark your entry at this FVG here. In fact, I think we have something more here. I've covered this entry a lot of times. You could see the false bearish candle here, the false indication for a sell, but we wait for a full body close above it and take 50% of it. You could see that is 50% right there. Take 50% of it, and you could see how price came back and gave us a very beautiful sniper entry. This is actually how I catch most of my snipers, with this particular entry model. And after that, we still got another one here, full body close, 50%, and you could see how price tapped into it and gave us very nice runs up to 4210, because my target switched to 4210 due to the whole break and everything that happened in regards to the week. So actually last week was actually a very nice week. So after the week closed now, with the close that we had on Friday now, you tend to notice that price actually left us with this bullish breakout structure again, but then we had one unmitigated level, which is this point. This is this region here, because we should take our fib to mark from this level to where we, let's say where we took out this high. You can see we are yet to tap, and at this point too we are yet to tap. But if we should take it as high as this too, we are still yet to tap. So you could still see now most buyers now will be loading up their buys here at this point, and actually I expect to see some type of reaction from this level. But then if price falls back down to this level and it fails to hold it as way to push up higher, most likely what we tend to see is price selling off. We might tend to see a very solid sell-off. That's a very solid sell trade from this level, closing below this level, using it as a breakout block and pushing back down to take out this low, and maybe picking up buy entries from this point before we see another push that could be as high as chasing 4,300. So basically this is actually what I'm expecting for the new week, and the weekly value video is out so you could get the full details and the full plan for the week, and possibly the first possible trade that I've dropped right there too that I could check out and get ready for the new week. So all the links are in the description. You could get discounts with FunderPro Prop Firm. Use my link in the description to get that discount, and sign up and take advantage of 20% discount on the VIP channel too. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So thank you for watching, and I love you all.